Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name is Pat Bear. This is a BWB bonus stream. No workshop intended. We are playing some Hearthstone tonight. I'm throwing the Bear Cave leg of the site, the moat in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with that. My Hearthstone streams are never really hopping or happening, and I understand that. But my bonus streams are not necessarily here, for the masses. I know that some of y'all you're here for the model kit building, and that's on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. And some folks just like to chat, like hanging out, don't mind watching me play Hearthstone. And then there's like a couple of you that either played or do play. And so maybe I can tell you about some cool decks that you might be interested in. Or at the very least, we'll have a fun evening. Thank you to everybody that is here. Hi, Aristophan. But yeah, I don't expect the Hearthstone streams to ever be huge because it's just an extra thing that I like doing. But it is fun for me, so that's nice. And then hopefully, yeah, you'll enjoy it. Maybe learn something. You can ask questions. It's a new expansion. So spell burst is a thing that we will be dealing with, which is it's pretty simple. It's just if you play a card and then you play a spell, then that card activates. It's like a battle cry, only you have to do something else instead of just playing it. But you can summon a spell burst card instead of just playing it. So you can summon it out of your deck and then do a thing, and it's interesting. Started playing again a few months ago. Hell yeah, Aristophan. Spellburst is my least favorite thing of the year. This expansion, there are cards that do weird things that I like, but overall, I'm not super into this. The dual class cards are interesting. I kind of like that instead of just cards that work for every deck and then cards that are just for a class. There are cards that work for both. It does also mean if you get those cards, then you can you can build different decks in different classes around those cards. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah. So what do I do when it comes to we'll go to the here. I'm going to retweet. Oh, I'm going to turn on closed captioning because I forgot to turn that on. So apologies. I got to turn on closed captioning, and that should that'll pop up there. We're going to put it up top for now. We're going to take a look to see where it belongs in the actual thing. But I'm going to retweet. Then we're going to start, and then yeah, and then we'll get going here. But going over to got a thing here. Game. There's the game, and then yeah, cool. Doing it live. Yes, astrological. Yeah, we got to figure it out, and we do as we go. For some reason, I don't know if it's Chrome, I don't know if it's me, but I can't just turn on closed captioning and have it always work when I stream. I have to turn it on every time I stream, and I don't know what I'm doing, why that's not working every time, but I do. I don't know. Anyway, let's go into my collection. So, what do I do when a new expansion comes out? I collect a bunch of gold and a bunch of dust, and then with the gold, I buy a bunch of packs, and then I look at what I've got. What did I get for the packs that I had? And then I try to build decks around that, and I use whatever dust I have. As you can see, I have very little dust now to craft cards for that deck. And then when I have a couple that I'm playing and I enjoy them, and then what I end up doing is looking online to see what people are playing, and I look for fun decks like Evolve Invoke, Evolve, my pure Evolve deck, the King Portal deck we were using, which we might just play because it's silly and fun. And then I have a Beast deck and I have a Standard Demon deck because I looked at what I had and I built around that. As you can see, I have a Custom Hunter here. This deck, I'm not ready to build yet. It's a deck that's built around Knuckles. Knuckles' ability is after this attacks a minion, it also hits the enemy hero. I don't own Knuckles, and I don't have enough dust for Knuckles. So this is an aspirational deck. I've seen this deck. I really like the idea of this deck. That basically you're going to just reduce the cost of a Knuckles, get a Knuckles, put play a Knuckles for 2 mana, add in a bunch of stuff, and then hit minions on your opponent, which will also do damage to the enemy hero, and OTK. It's an OTK deck, um, uh, which I like the idea of that. And yeah, there's some stuff to tutor out different cards and get the things you need out of your deck. Yeah, I think it's an interesting idea. There's Dire Frenzy, which is kind of good to keep things going, and yeah, I think it's an interesting deck. I just don't have. Oh, you also use True Aim Crescent, which I really like this card. After your hero attacks a minion, your minions attack it too. That's just a cool card, and I wanted to use that. So, Smuggler's Crate is a way to beat the Demon Companion. Demon Companion is just a good one-cost card. It's just a good one-cost card in this. It's weird. But yeah, so this is an aspirational deck. I don't have all the cards for that, but I have the bones of it. And eventually I will fill that out. But also, maybe I won't. Maybe when I get another 1,600 gold or dust to craft it, maybe I'll have found a new deck that I'm interested in. So what are my two decks that we'll be playing with tonight? Well, we have a wild deck. Is a beast deck called Beasts. It's a beast buff deck because I got this card. This card I ended up getting out of a pack. It is called Shandu Wild Claw, and you choose one. Give beasts in your deck +1/+1, or transform into a copy of a friendly beast. I like that card. I didn't want to dust that card. This seems like a cool card to play around with. So I was like, okay, well then I want to make a deck where it's all beasts and cards to buff beasts. And I can use Augmented Porcupine, which is a great card. We've got Adorable Infestation, which is a new card. We've got Carrion Studies to discover a death rattle and make your death rattles cheaper. So I'll have some death rattles in there, like Augmented Porcupine. Again, Crescent, which is a good way to pop your death rattles. So I put like Hellbore, Play Dead, Smuggler's Crate, Fresh Scent, Scavenger's Ingenuity to renew some beasts in your deck that you might be in there. And then I put Transfer Student in here, which is maybe it's the only non-beast in my deck. It maybe shouldn't be in there, but I do like Transfer Student a lot because it, as you can see, the different effects based on which game board you're on. And one of these is +1 to something in your hand. So that fits with the deck, and sometimes you just have Divine Shield or Reborn, or you add some cards to your hand. That just it is not right for the deck, but it's not wrong for the deck, and I like it. Vicious Scalehide for a little bit of healing and a rush. One Ironbeak Owl because that's good, and then a card I'm not sure about. Shaky Zip Gunner is a death rattle that gives a random minion in your hand +2/+2. I'm not sure about this. Would Dire Frenzy be better than this card? It is a 3/3 on board that does that with a death rattle, which you could pop, so that's good. Because also, Wobender, if you buff this, then you're summoning a copy of whatever you buffed. So this is a great little one cost, and for 2 mana, you can get a lot of stats on the board really quickly. So this might be the only card that I'm like, I don't know. I wonder how many different boards there are. There are a lot of boards, especially because I'm playing in Wild. In Standard, there's only so many, but since this is a Wild deck, because to me, the real awesome thing about Transfer Student is playing it in Wild. Playing it in, something like that, Fan. Playing in Standard isn't as fun as Wild. This is a great card for Wild. It feels like a card built for Wild decks. So this is a deck that I built myself, and so it's not done, but it's getting there. And then this deck is a Standard Demon deck. I built a Standard deck because why would I play Demon Hunter in Wild if it's a pure Demon Hunter? This is all Demon Hunter or cards that work with both classes. This is just a good Demon Hunter deck that because I had this card. I had a Sociologist Militia, which some people are saying shouldn't even be in this deck. But I have enough cards that use Soul Shards that I think it's awesome. So this one, for each soul fragment, I should say, in your deck, you summon a 3/3 soul with Rush. That's awesome for 7 mana. So basically, we're doing things. We're discounting demons so that we can play Priest of Fury for cheaper, which is great. We also have Hulking Overfiend. When you play a Hulking Overfiend, at this attack kills a minion, you may attack again. That's rad. Pit Commander. At the end of your turn, you summon a demon from your deck. That rules. We got we got Taunt with Lifesteal. That's nice to have. That's not a demon. But it's great to have. You destroy a soul fragment in your deck, deal 3 damage to all their minions. That's rad. This Rush, whenever it attacks a minion, you silence it. Oh boy. This has been... I have made rogues quit immediately when I played this into some big boys that they built up. Sorry about that. Soul Shear, it's real good. Deal 3 damage to a minion. Shuffle 2 soul fragments in your deck. That's just a good little card. Chaos Strike, draw some card, attack and draw, which is great. Get a demon. Maybe you're going to get one of your big demons that you can tutor out. Or you can even get, there's a lot of good demons, and wild especially. There's some bad ones. The Truane Crescent, which is a great way for playing one of your big minions to then die to play one of for its death rattle. Or to just, it's great. Because also, if you already attacked with that minion and then you play Crescent, it attacks again. You don't want to play that with a big board. You want to play that with a smaller board. But yeah, this is a good card. And then Chaos Nova is your decent priced board clear. Fell Summoner is the card that you want to play. You want to play Fell Summoner with Truane Crescent in your hand, or played, so you can swing in. This thing will charge in, and then you will summon a great demon, because all your demons are good. Any demon you have in here is great, and all the demons in this deck are expensive. But that's going to be a great card to pull, and that's going to be a great card to pull, and that's going to be a great card to pull. So, never be sorry for upsetting a rogue, right? So, to eat Beast. Beast can keep up with aggro, but Beast is going to not win the day. Beast needs to be aggressive, and it's going to have trouble, but it can get through control. So we are going to lose to aggro decks tonight, but we are going to beat Mage before Mage has enough mana to Totalitarian. Basically, there is a version of Mage right now that is completely stalls you out and can just completely crush you. It just freezes you over and over again. It finds these decks, it's doing these things, it's copying cards. There is a Mage deck out there that at my level is just weak, but we can beat that. This standard demon can beat that deck. The Burn Druid, I'm not going to be able to beat that Burn Druid. That Burn Druid's going to wipe me out. And then there are some Priest decks that are really interesting. There's some Rogue decks that are really interesting. They're not my style of play, but I do think they're interesting. But yeah. Also, I'm just going to say this right now. If I lose to a Mage that is doing this Totalitarian spell thing, that's still not a Mage that I lost to because they are Secret Mage. And if I'm not losing to Secret Mage, I'm feeling okay. In the same way that there's some interesting Priest decks out there, and they're not Big Priest or Res Priest. If I'm not losing to Res Priest, I'm feeling okay. But we'll start with some Standard. I think Standard is a good place to go with. So we're going to play some Standard. I'm very low ranked in Standard because last season I did not play a single game of Standard. So I did today to practice a little bit. I played some Standard Demon. So I am now, I'm not in a good spot here. So we're going to see what we can do. We'll actually start playing a game here. But yeah, we'll see how we do. And then, let's see, is that going to look better? No, that's probably better up here. We'll put that there. put our captioning up top. I think that's going to be better. I haven't used closed captioning with Hearthstone, so. Okay, so this is good. We don't really want this. If we're playing this and we have this, that's good. We don't want this yet. We want this later. I'd like some lower cost stuff right now, but this into this is great. We could actually do this 1 coin 2 if our opponent suddenly builds a board. And we're going against Rogue. We also might want to Mage Hunter. We are saving. We are saving Mage Hunter. Ooh, we got that for turn 2. That's good as well. But let's get some shards into our deck. Having Mage Hunter in our hands is great because Rogue can do some miracle stuff or can build up, Edwin pretty fast, and then suddenly we're in trouble. But there's some damage stuff in Rogue that's really interesting. And then the fact that Rogue and Mage have cards that work together is so weird. But Rogues can now basically get cards from Mage and become freeze mages. So this Death Rattle, you add a 3/1, goes to self to your hand. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. We're just going to discover a demon, I think. That's the best course of action here. We don't want that. Let's get a pit commander. Ooh. Frenzied Fellwing could be cheap. We're going to keep Frenzied Fellwing because that is cheap. You can see, we did 1 damage there. So it doesn't have to be damage from our hero abilities. It can just be damage on the board. Okay. So you're going to go face with that? You're going to hold off? You're going to clear something off my board? What are you thinking? Oh, you're going to combo it. Now they get a mage spell. This card shouldn't exist for 1. Discover... Rogue shouldn't get mage spells. Ooh, I like that. That's good. That's good. Destroy all the minions. So we can clear all this and make them have a big hand. But then we also clear our board, which I don't love. We can rush this in, but I'd rather save rush. We can coin this. We're going to coin, yeah. So now this, we can get this out if we want, but we can also get this out next turn for, well, we can't get it next turn, but we can get that out cheaper here. And we'll just do that. Hey, Pat, how are you enjoying the expansion? So, hey, Gary, there's some interesting cards, but I don't like Spell Burst as the new mechanic. I don't actually think it's good. It reminds me of, it's like Inspire in that, like, you have to do too much for it to be good. Okay, so we could destroy one of our soul fragments. I don't really want to destroy a soul fragment because we only have 2 in there. And we got this. This is only going to cost 2, and we can make it cost nothing. Alright, I think we're going to just take the hit there. Yeah, so there's some cards I like, but I'm not super into all of this right now, I would say. Alright, we're gonna get this for free. We're gonna take it for free. Get a 3/2 out there for free. Yeah. Yeah, so I like some of the cards. I think some of them are interesting, but there's no new cards that I want to put in my Evolve deck in Wild. So the Shaman stuff is all spell damage, and I wanted new Evolve friends. Oof, that's frustrating. But yeah, I mean, I'm playing it. Oh, what's this? I'm playing Demon Hunter, a class that I play almost never. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Spell Burst either. I like some of the mage cards are very random. Yeah, I mean, randomness is fun. I do like random. Alright, so We are going to... Yeah, we're just going to have to do it. I don't like it, but we're going to have to do it. It's going to burn a soul fragment. We could have taken some damage there to save our 4-4, but we do have a 3-2 on board. And I'd like to keep some of my health because we do have a lifesteal there, but okay. Yeah, well, they got that could be anything. So we do have some spells, so we can tutor that out if we need to. I'd really like to have this. I think we're just gonna... Now, I should have attacked face first. I will admit, folks, I made a mistake there. Because that, you know, that could be Flame Ward. It was not Flame Ward. Great. So it is something to do with counter spell, Neverwind Portal, or Spellbender. So these are all spell related. So we'll think twice about playing a spell. Well, that's frustrating. I like this deck our opponent is playing because stealth never feels like a thing that people want to play in Rogue. So that's kind of fun. Okay, great. Here we go. So what are we going to do first? We're going to do this. Now, a problem that I just realized. After your hero attacks a minion, your minion attacks it too. We don't have anything that would kill. If I attack this, it's just going to die. So I made a misplay there. So we are going to instead just do this. So I made a misplay. I shouldn't have done that. I should have attacked face. So we're just going to do this. And then we'll do this. And then we'll load this up as well to do 2 damage. Because what we want to do is we want to have something that we can attack into and then does with like that will then kill this. Like that. If that's not, obviously it wasn't stealth. Because we want this to die so that it will bring out this, basically. It'll tutor that out. Or this. Either one of those will be great. But we can also... This isn't going to be anything. This is a dead card right now. So we're just going to play it anyway. It's not the actual thing we would like to do. But it does save us some health because we're not going to take damage off of it. And theoretically, our opponent will want to either do something to get rid of it. Oh, it made it dormant. Okay. That's not great. But we also have Pit Commander. We can just play Pit Commander. We can also use Hulking Overfiend if we want. I'm gonna play Hulking Overfiend because then I can do this. Then I can do that. Because we're playing standard, and so I know that is not Ice Block, which rules. It rules that's not Ice Block. So I haven't played this perfectly well, but as you can see, we're doing good against, albeit an interesting, but not a super aggressive rogue deck. And as I said, yeah, we do also have a taunt to get some more healing if we need it. Our health is pretty good. This is going to come back at some point soon, which is great. Okay. That's cool. Do one there. Cool, cool. And then we win. Well, no, we don't win. That's right. My mistake. I forgot. It's asleep. So we don't actually win right now. We don't have any soul fragments in there. We're just gonna... We got a 7/9, and guess what? We're either going to get... We've got a couple cards this is going to pull, and they're all good cards. Except for that one. That's a bad one for it to pull. That's probably the worst demon for it to pull. I just realized that Ice Block was put in Hall of Fame. Yes, Fan, Ice Block was Hall of Famed, which means you don't see it in Standard, you only see it in Wild. So obviously that was a bad demon for it to pull. We would want the other 7/9 or one of our Rush minions. Priestess of Fury's effect wouldn't have activated. But yeah. So that felt pretty good. Ooh, we got a little reward because we're playing Demon Hunter, which is not, as I said, a deck that I play too often. Or a class that I play. I played almost none of it. Because I didn't really like the... Here's the thing. I don't like Demon Hunter as just give yourself a big weapon. If I wanted to have a big weapon, I would do Warrior. And I have in the past. So... Alright, let's play again with our standard demon here. But yeah, that's not the kind of games I like to play. I prefer to play, something like this. Okay, we're playing against Paladin. Now, is this going to be buffing Paladin? If this is going to be Librum's Paladin? That would be interesting. Mage Hunter will be great for that. Hey, if they have 2 Ingrams, Librums, whatever they're called, on a minion, we can rush Mage Hunter into them and ruin their day. So we're keeping that in our hands. We're going to keep Soul Shear in our hand, and we're going to keep Netherwalk in our hand. Because discovering a demon is great. Putting fragments in our deck is great. Chaos Strike, drawing a card. That's card draw. I don't mind that. We might coin out. Yeah. Ooh, Soul Shear as well. Okay. Let's coin out this. Because we don't need to coin this for a while. We don't need to play this for a while. Look 3 cards in your deck. Choose the one to put on top. That's pretty great. We can play that next turn. Give your hero +1. I don't really like that. We already have 2 Furies. Let's do that. It's a good demon to have. Because we can choose what we want for turn 3. Okay. I'm not worried about this. I don't need to silence this. Shuffle 2 Silver. Yeah, alright. We got, no. Do we want a Marrow Slicer? Do we want a Spirit Jailer? What are we doing on turn 3? Let's take a Spirit Jailer. I've seen a lot of Pure Paladins lately. Yeah, Aristophan, Pure Paladins seem pretty good right now. Let's make the trade. You make that trade. If you want to make that trade, you make that trade. You kill my 3/2 with your 2/1 and lose your Divine Shield. You make that trade. Because basically, Spell Burst giving... Yeah, okay, so that's a pretty good Spell Burst there. We can get 2, and we're going to take 4 to get rid of that, but we're going to draw a card, and then we can put some Soul Fragments in. So, we'll first put some Soul Fragments in, because that's good, because we might... And then we will... Actually, that's probably the best... I should apologize, folks. That's the wrong order. Because when I play this, I might draw one of these, which will heal me, but I don't need it. I need to heal after. So that is a misplay on my part. We got Fell Summoner instead. Great. Fell Summoner is good to have. Get rid of that. I don't want you there. So that was a misplay on my part. I should have swung in, then played that, so that I didn't accidentally draw them. Okay, Blessing of Kings. Is this too early to silence? Oh, there's some healing. Okay, we can decrease the cost of our next demon. We are most likely... I gotta tell you, folks. I mean, yeah. I think I gotta... I could double... Yeah, you know what? I don't mind having a Murgo Prime in there. I think I don't mind that. there's going to be something else that I'd like to silence better than that. I think. Yeah. I think that I'd rather silence something else. I'll have the mana. We've got a demon here. So we can decrease the cost of our demon next turn if we want. Divine Shield Taunt. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be great on turn 7 because we have a bunch of soul fragments in our deck. So we can play this to make this cost less next turn. That feels pretty good. I think we're going to do that. And we will do that just to get rid of that. But now we can play one of these, next turn, and it'll be good. And that's going to be our turn 7. Because we're going to have a bunch of 3/3 soul rushes. Because we also can play this next turn with something else if we really need to. Yeah. That has to go now. That needs to go, folks. This is going to go. This is going to be way more than 6. So this has to go away. Goodbye. Obviously, it didn't kill it. And we'll put a 1/3 on the board. That's the problem that has to go. Yeah, I don't need that. I'm not going to take 12 to the face. It's just not going to. Okay. Yep. I think my opponent isn't playing. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know. All right. So we're going to take set. We would need to do 7. If we played that, we would do that. That would not be enough to clear this, obviously. With that, yeah, we're just gonna rush minions. This feels like a no-brainer. Do that. That felt like a no-brainer for me, anyway. I don't think there was a clever way to get around that. I'd actually now like to have Terrain Crescent, but that's okay that we don't have that. We will probably play this after. Okay? Oh, okay. My other Mage Hunter would be rad right now. Oh, okay, so you do have Librams. I said Ingrams. I say Ingrams a lot, but I meant Librams. Hey, guess what? We have our Mage Hunter. I don't know if this goes through, if this silences Divine Shield. I think it does, which will just make it a 4/5. Let's find out. It does not. It silenced it. It silenced it. No, it did. It did. It silenced it. So we can do that. And then we can do that. And we can do that. Now, we have lost all our silence effects, and they have not done any Librams yet. So we need to do a bunch of damage. We need to do a whole lot of damage. But I felt like taking those trades wasn't going to be worth it. Okay. Okay. Now. Yeah, don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to take 8. Oof. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I can't tell you that this is going to work because if I swing, these might attack. So we're not doing that. We are taking the safer route, which this is the safer route, and I do not like it. This is the safer route. Do not like this play, but that is the safer route. Basically, you don't want to really have a board when you are using Terrain Crescent as a for its ability, because you want the thing you want to die to die. Yikes! This lady. I'm not a huge fan of this lady. I'm not the biggest fan of this lady. Hello, Lord Crashington, and hello, RH Bow. Oh, I'm not a huge fan of this lady. Yikes, this lady. Oh boy, this lady. Okay. I think we gotta do it.
Strike me down and prepare for fell.
Alright, so we are going to swing into this. So we are going to do 2 damage. So if this hits it and dies, that's okay. So we are going to go face first. Because at least if the wrong one goes in, it did. The wrong one went in. And then we're not going to play this. We're going to wait for the next turn. So the wrong one hit it, which is the issue when you have something on your board for that card. We have 8th health right now, which is very poor. I would love to draw some of our 6 soul fragments that we have. We have 6 of them. I would take our 2 taunts that have healing. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Well, that's good. So we are going to... Yeah. Well, we can't take 8.
You cannot break the broken.
Meet your demons! My blades will sing!
I hate not using this damage, but we just pass away. I mean, we're going to lose this game. Yep. I mean, hopefully we're going to heal here. We're going to heal a little bit. We now have 8 soul fragments in our deck, so hopefully we'll pull a bunch of them. Yeah. We had some very good draws, and I as always, made a couple plays that weren't good, but also would have loved for our opponent to not draw that card. And also our opponent's done a I would say not very, a pretty good job of, yikes that combo. Yikes that combo. Our opponent has done a very good job of playing. They've just played their cards very well. I think they know this deck better than we know our deck. Well, that's pretty good. Now, if our opponent didn't have a bunch of divine shields, this would be radical. Unfortunately, our opponent has divine shields. So this doesn't do as much as it should. Then we'll do this and that, because it doesn't matter, because we're going to lose. And we'll just, yeah. We're definitely going to lose this game, so that's okay. Even though we healed a bunch. Yeah. Of course, yeah, you have all these buff cards. The thing is, because of Lady, I knew there were buff cards. I think you've got to... You might have to mill this version of Paladin, which my deck is not equipped to do. But I think you might have to mill that Pally. All right, let's switch over to Wild. Let's play our Beast deck. We're way higher rank in Wild. And is this deck better than my Evolve Invoke deck? No. Is it better than my Pure Evolve deck? Yes. Is it more fun than my Pure Evolve deck? No. Is it better than my King Portal deck? Yes. Is it more fun than my King Portal deck? No. But this is the new deck I made with this, and it is fun. It's just not as fun. Okay, great. I like having this in a hand early. I don't want this yet. I don't want this. I don't want this yet. I want to try to buff this. Worst comes to worst, I'll just play it and have 2 1/1s on the board. But ooh, that's good. Okay, yeah, this is way better. It's better. All right. Most likely our opponent will want this to go. We could trigger its death rattle, but I would rather pull a porcupine. Triggering a built-up porcupine and then triggering its death rattle after you played it is satisfying. That is part of what this deck is designed to do. It is designed to, in your hand, make big beasts. And then also, as you can see, having this, if you play a beast as a death rattle, you can then take advantage of that death rattle the turn you play it, because hopefully it'll go. I'd like to buff that a little bit more. I could buff it here. I'd like to see if I can hand buff it a little bit more. So let's just wait a turn here, and we'll see if we can get another hand buff from our deck. Worst comes to worst, we can play 2 2/2s and then twin spell them, which is not bad. It's great. Give a minion +1/+1, so we can add a cub. Yeah, let's build a little bit of a board here. And play that. We will twin spell one of them, and then we will infest the other. And now we have a 1/1 beast in our hand, which is just good to have a little bit of beast in your beasts deck. And then we have 8/8 of stats on the board on turn 3. It's pretty good. Plenty of twin spells. I play dead for if we get any of our death rattles. Okay. That's a bummer, but it's not unexpected, right? Okay, battle cry, adapt. Right? Let's see. Let's see what our transfer student does. Adapting. Again, our transfer student right now is can't be targeted as spells or hero power. I like that. But I also like having a 2/5 on the board. And then we'll just do that. The transfer student isn't necessarily a great card in this deck, but is a great card in Wild because there are so many different things it can do, and one of the things it can do is buff cards. So it does fit with that. Give a random beast in your hand 1/1. Do I want to make this a 3/3? I kind of do, and I could buff it even more. We definitely don't want this to... We don't want this thing to go off. Do I want to make this and then build it out? I kind of want to save this. I'm wasting a lot of mana. I'm just going to go face with it. We're wasting mana here. This is not mana efficient. Having 2 of these is kind of a bummer, especially because that's not a beast, even though that's a fox right there. Folks, that's a fox, not a beast. Just a minion. But yeah, I kind of don't want to buff this. I want to buff... Fuck. Fuck. My carrion studies. My play dead. My smuggle crates. I should have smuggle crated. They got rid of my smuggle... Look at all the things they got rid of. They got rid of my smuggle crates and my play deads. And my carrions. They don't have any 1-cost spells. They got rid of all my 1-cost spells. It's like they knew. It's a goddamn bummer. There's a 4/6.
Take a trip.
I hunt alone.
Rude, right? Gary gets it. That was rude. Getting rid of all my cool one-cost spells. Oh, cool. You're 3-3. You're 3-4, drew a 3-4. Dirty rat. Ha! Joke's on you. I don't have any minions in my hand. Wasted dirty rat. You wasted that dirty rat. You goofed. Because now I'm going to make this beefy. Big beefy rush minion.
I hunt alone.
Don't even mind. What else you got? Oh, you don't have another demon! You don't have another demon! Now I'm being rude. I'm being rude. Because you don't even have another demon. I'm at 30 health. Now you can get some demons. Why'd you play that 3-4 when all you had in your hand was another 3-4? Doomsayer. Cool. You gave me the Doomsayer. See, I don't need that. They're still rude. I don't need... That's rude. Putting Doomsayer in your deck just so you can give it to your opponent is rude. You know what? Let's have a 3-3. Let's have a 3-3. Let's do that. We're not even going to swing with this. We're going to save it. We might need it because we have no cards in our deck. Or in our hand, I should say. We have cards in our deck. Transfer Student's still broken. You play it and it stays here. Okay. Well, that is a way to do that. So we'll play this. We're going to play this. We're going to swing in one way. And we'll swing in the other. And one of these will attack. That attacked this time. Great. We still got that. Is this buffed? No. Does it matter right now? Not right now. Well, I mean, that's not good. This isn't what I would call good, y'all. Our very rude opponent is definitely going to win. Because we don't have reload, and they can clear our board. So we didn't win this one, which is okay. It happens. They're just gonna go face, huh? They're not even gonna. Okay, no, they're gonna trade a little bit. They're gonna trade a little bit. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. We have an owl. So if they only had one, we could do something about it. But we're going to concede. I mean, I don't want to kill that, but we're going to concede. We didn't win that one. That's okay. That's all right. I'm okay with that. This Hearthstone, baby. You win some, you lose some. I lose a lot. We'll play another one. Now, if we do bad in this one, are we going to switch to the deck that I know is more fun? Yeah. Exactly. That's Hearthstone, baby. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We played our hand. You win some, you lose a lot. Yeah. Now we're up against a mage. Is this going to be spell mage? I don't know. If this is the unbeatable mage that you have to get to turn 8 before you can do anything, we might have a shot. Well, let's keep some draw in there. We don't want that yet. We don't want that yet. But I do like draw a beast. Give it +2/+2. Draw and also beasts. This was and of course we got a beast. I would like to draw with that, but that's okay. Tempo? No tempo. We want to buff this thing. We want to buff these in our hand if we can, and we'll pull something out here. Yeah, we're looking for some hand buffs. Okay, now we got a big fiery bat for next turn. We can play a fiery bat there. Gotta go. Thanks for the games. Catch you all later. Well, thank you very much, Aristofan. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon, my friend. Okay. I kind of want to play that together next turn and beef it up. So let's do this. And we'll give our opponent something to spend their mana on. We're going to let our opponent know a little bit about our deck, but we've got some stats in play. I have to assume our opponent... Okay, yep. Oh, do you have a dragon? You have a dragon. Okay, we've got some dragon mage. All right, I'll take... Yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to take some face damage. Took some face damage. All right. Let's play this. Let's buff this up a little bit. We'll get a little bit of a buff going. Got a little bit of our hand to play around with. We can hopefully get some hand buffs going. We can trigger this if we need to. We got some things we can do in this game. I'm not worried. I'm also not scared. But also it's Hearthstone. Do I get salty in Hearthstone? Sure. I occasionally do. Occasionally I play some of the control decks sometimes. Kind of make me mad. As I said, Res Priest, I do not enjoy playing against that deck. Got a Miracle, well, not Miracle, we got a Highlander Mage deck here. That's interesting. So we can get rid of that, do some face damage if we want. We can just trigger it, hope that we get rid of that. I don't like that plan. Do that. I don't necessarily... I don't like a lot of what I got going here. I think we're just gonna... do that. And then we'll just rebuild a little bit here. Not loving this play. It's probably not the best play. I probably should have just instead played my Death Rattle and, used Play Dead. But just the stakes there just weren't what I would like. All right, if you're using a Flame Geyser on a 1/1, I'm feeling okay about that one. That sounds all right. Hellbore! Hell yeah, Hellbore! Here's what we're going to do with Hellbore. What we're going to do with Hellbore is we're going to hit Play Dead on Hellbore, and we're going to play that out. And now, the hope would be that Hellbore is not the one that goes into this 1/2. It would be great if that is not the case. It was. So now Hellbore buffed one thing. We could have made it so Hellbore buffed these twice. We didn't do that. We're hoping to keep Hellbore on the field. We did not keep Hellbore on the field. It is a shame. Hellbore, you were great. We're going to have to play Porcupine. We're just going to have to go face. Play Porcupine, take 3 damage. Just go face. We are trying to burn down this Highlander. Hopefully they did not pull some of their good cards yet. Hopefully they got a lot of nonsense in their deck. In their hand, I should say. I'm not unhappy with pulling Augmented Porcupine because we have some cards that we can't do anything with because they're hand buff cards. So, okay, you got Zephyrs. Okay, what are you gonna get with the 5 cost here? What are you getting? What are you doing? Holy Nova. Okay. Well, we did a little face damage with Holy Nova. I'll take that. See, Hellbore. Hellbore does not help us because we have nothing for Hellbore to buff. So we are going to just shoot 2 for face. And I think we're going to take the 3 out and just take the 3 damage there. Get that off the board. Because we don't want somehow our Mage to have a way to play that card again. Of course they had Reno. Cool, cool, cool. They had Reno. So we are obviously... We're not winning this. But let's see what we pull next. Transfer student. Discover a dragon. Well, maybe this will turn things around. This board is Discover Dragon. Let's discover a dragon, y'all. Okay. Okay. I mean... Let's give it a shot, y'all. Let's see if we can burn down this our opponent. I don't think we can. I think we're in a lot of trouble. But, yeah, that's not going to do it. So you make them we're just going to show them what our dragon was, and then we're going to concede, because we didn't win this one. But I just want to show them that, like, hey, just so you know, we got a very cool dragon. I mean, we could have pulled the dragons that restore everyone's health. We could have done that. Just teach them a lesson. Yeah. Just letting you know we got a cool that card could have messed you up. All right. Let's play Pure Evolve. This is still not a top tier deck. I think my Evolve and Vote deck is top tier. My Pure Evolve deck can win games very quickly. It is the most fun deck that I play because we're just going to make nonsense. And now there's new nonsense to make. Have you seen the rumor that Sony wants to buy Crunchyroll? So Sony owns Funimation, so it would be an acquisition that might make sense because of Crunchyroll's catalog, and it would be kind of interesting that after buying Funimation, which meant that Funimation and Crunchyroll's deal was we are living the dream here, folks. This is our turn 3 with a coin dream. It would be, I didn't see that rumor, but it would be interesting that have Sony then control Funimation and Crunchyroll, which means they'd also own Verve. So I don't know if they would still have the license for, but basically it would be that Sony would be in control of, and Aniplex, yeah. It would be that Sony would be in control of everyone. Now, maybe High Dive would be like, we don't want to be partnered with this anymore. I don't know what High Dive would do. See, this is the one we want for a beast deck. Give a minion +2/+2 or +1/+2. This is what we want for our beast deck, which we don't have, but it's still pretty good in this situation. I don't know. I would be worried about Sony. Oh, hello, I should say. Sorry. Funimation seems to be doing pretty good, so I guess I'm not opposed to Funimation, to the Sony buyout of Funimation. They seem to be doing all right. But I don't know. That could be bad. Well, thank you. And then we're going to do this. So well played. Check that out. Check that out. This is a 5-cost minion. Pretty good. Okay. Oh, you got dragons? Well, I got a dragon. I got one whole dragon. And I'm going to get 2 attack, I guess. Because I don't know if I want to buff anything more here. Oh, yeah. I think I just want to buff this up. And then buff myself up. And then do a ton of damage to your face on turn 4. When this deck is good, it's very good. But yeah, to what Lord Crashton was saying, oof, I had not heard that, and that is an interesting rumor. I don't know. And concede, yeah, you should concede. Look, am I being like ha 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 with that deck? Yeah, but also there's many cases where I play very cool things like that and get busted stuff or never draw the cards I want. AT&T apparently wants... Oof, that's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's Hearthstone, baby, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, that's having look. The idea of Crunchyroll and Funimation having a partnership again would be great. I would love to. I would love to not pay for both Crunchyroll and Funimation. That being said, I don't currently pay for my Crunchyroll account. It has been gifted to me by an employee of Verve that I work with consistently because they know that I watch anime and talk about it and talk about their product. So, but I do pay for my Funimation account because I do not have the equivalent of that person at Funimation. But if they were together and I could just get the catalogs at the same time, that would be very convenient for me. I don't know if it's good for the industry or anything like that. But, I mean, it would mean that Crunchyroll theoretically wouldn't be paying for as many dubs as it's currently paying for. And it could allocate funds in other avenues. No, so here's the thing, Lord Crashington. I think you do what you did before, what they did before, without being owned by the same company, where they just had a partnership. Because there are people that prefer one thing to the other. Hopefully, you would integrate and maybe make the back end similar of the players, because Funimation's player is bad. And then maybe you'd make Crunchyroll's queue better, because I think its queue is bad. But Funimation has so much business out, like they still sell Blu-rays. Funimation still wants to sell Blu-rays, and Crunchyroll is a store, but they push their store as merch, not so much as like, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you about that. I think we're just gonna make this. Ooh, I like that. I don't dislike that, because our opponent is apparently. And I don't dislike that. Our opponent is apparently making golems, so I don't know what to tell you. I bought that DBU Super Brawling movie on Blu-ray last year. Yeah, so like, there's Funimation is a huge name, but Crunchyroll is a huge name, and I think you don't merge those together under one brand. Like, Verve exists, but they didn't turn off the Crunchyroll site and tell people that all their Crunchyroll accounts are Verve. Even though Verve is like a Crunchyroll thing, but it's owned by Elevation that owns Crunchyroll, and it's above it, it's still like support above it. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. I think we're just gonna make that bigger. I like having that. Ooh, I like that. It's good. But yeah, I think that both brands are strong. I mean, I'm no brand expert, but I feel like both brands are strong, and having one lose would be a deterrent. Not a deterrent. Deterrent is the wrong word. All right, so I think we're just gonna hit you in the face, and then I think we're just gonna hit you in the face. Yeah, stats aren't necessarily great, but obviously this is not awesome, but we got another swing at it. We've got a bunch of evolution stuff. If our board gets cleared, we're going to get this cheap, and we can make it big. We can make it, we can make this an 8/8, basically, for very cheap. Because it's still considered a 7-cost minion, even if we play it for less. And then we're going to make it 10-cost minion, and then we could make it an 11-cost minion, which is an 8/8. I think I might want you to have a few less. Yeah, I might want to devolve that. Think I might want you to have less fun things. I think we're going to do that. Yeah. Don't dislike that. Alright, so how do we do this? Okay, so this, and this has to go here. This has to go here. Do we want to do buff one of these before we do that? Do we want to play this? I think we want to do that. Yeah, so let's do that. And then we're going to do that. Well, that's not... This is... I definitely hope that my opponent does not have a naturalize. Because then I'm not... I mean, I'll get a 4-5, but... this is definitely the risk you get with evolving a 7-drop into an 8-drop. I think we're going to have to make that into an 11-drop with this. Or we could make it a 9-drop. But, yeah, this can't live on the board anymore. That's got to go away. We'll do that. We'll do that. And that. And that. And... We always have this as our our way out. Well, let's make it a 9-drop. Great. Now it's a 9/9 with Rush. Now, do we want to draw 8 cards? No. But do we want an 8/8? Yeah, sure. Also, I feel like our opponent's just going to concede, I imagine. Our opponent's going to concede? Because I don't know what they're going to do otherwise. I can get through a taunt. Got lethal. Okay, get heal. Get yourself a 6 cost. Okay. That is a 6. Hey, that is a 6 cost. Fell Summoner. We know that one. Cool, cool, cool. Felt pretty good about that. I think our devolve was the right call there. Oh, I forgot. This is so late in the stream, but I can do that. I can just put the sub thing up. I forgot. Last, didn't want to do that for the Pokemon. Oh, and I did it for the Pokemon stream. I had that off for another thing I was doing. That's right. Sorry about that. You can see. Not that we've had anybody follow or subscribe or renew their subscription. Hey, if you're up for renewal, hit that notification. Let us know. If you'd like to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. Feel free to chat and get in their chat and see what's up. We've only had a few folks chatting today. That's okay though. That is okay though. Let's play Evolve again. I just like this deck. We'll play something else soon, but let's get an Evolve in. I don't know how much longer we're going to go streaming-wise. I mean, we got at least... I'm going to go to 10:30 my time, so that's at least another, 20 minutes or so. But I don't know if I'm going to do, 2 hours on my bonus streams. Sometimes I always put question mark, because I don't know. I will say that I'm certainly less heated tonight than I was last week. Oh, boy. That randomizer was cursed. That run was cursed. Battle Cry. A death rattle out of spare part your hand. That's not as exciting on this board, but whatever. We'll keep that. We're going to keep Evolve, even though obviously we're not going to play it for a little while. It's just Evolve is just so great to have. That's a turn 2 play. We got another Evolve. Do I enjoy having 2 Evolves in my hand? Not really, but we could on turn 3 Evolve Transfer Student and a minion there just to get the ball rolling. We've got that option. But the hope is that we pull a Desert Hare. Or a Doppelgangster. Okay, we got even more mana. Our opponent is definitely a big, I would assume, playing Big Druid or playing that spell damage Druid. But they are ramping up. They have 5 mana right now. We have 4 mana. We're going to play this. Because now our opponent... we will get a 6-drop if our opponent does not get rid of that. That felt like the right call for that. Because our opponent used a bunch of cards last turn, so has nothing to follow through with. They do have a lot of mana, which is tough. We can make this thing huge. First, let's see what we get. What's this 6-drop? That's a bad 6-drop. So luckily, we can make this thing... That's not a great 7-drop, because we don't have any 8-cost minions. That's a pretty good 8-drop, but we've got... that's a great 9-drop. Let's just play this and get a spare part. There are some 10 drops that are way worse than an 8-8 for stats. And then we're going to an 11 drop, which is an 8-8. So even though there are 10 drops worth trying for, I felt like putting another minion on the board was the way to go there. Our opponent will have 10 mana next turn. Oh no. That's very bad. It's turn 5. And our opponent has a lot of mana. They're not doing anything with it right now, but they do have a lot of mana. So we're gonna try to protect our necks here. I think we're just gonna take 11 damage while we can. Build out a board a little bit here. We've got our evolves to rebuild the board, but I think keeping taunts is going to be good in this case because we're hoping our opponent just doesn't find the cards they need, even though they have 10 mana right now. Yeah, so we win because our opponent had all of the ramp and none of the payoff, which is that's why you don't necessarily keep all of the ramp in your hand. You can, but maybe you don't want to keep all of their ramp. All right, we're Platinum 7 right now. Feels pretty good. Let's see. Kind of want to keep my rank going. I'm going to do a King Portal game, but we're going to do it in casual so that I do not lose any rank because this deck does not do great. Got to hit that big-ass ramp. Well, Lord Crash, you got to hit that big ramp. When it's time to hit that ramp, you got to hit it. You got to hit the nitrous and go for it. But then if you don't have another ramp on the other side, or if you don't have that nitro, you ramped, then no nitro. All right. What we got going on here? What does this deck do? I've showed this deck off before. The idea is that you want to play Dark Portal, and it pulls a minion for your deck and makes that minion cost 5 if you have 8 cards in your hand, and you're going to get a King Pharaohs for 5, and on turn 5 you play King Pharaohs, which makes a minion that is the same cost of spells in your hand. So we are looking for that. We have Plot Twist to refresh here and try to get what we need. We do not have what we need here, so we're unfortunately going to have to draw. Now, there are backups to the idea of if we draw King Pharaohs, so we didn't make it, and then we'd have to play that on turn 10, or if we don't draw the Dark Portal. We have 2 backups for that, which are Shadow Council, which will turn all of our cards in our hand into demons that are random at a +1/+1, or Renounce Darkness, which turns all of our class cards into another class and costs 1 less for each of those. So those are our fixes, but we want to do the combo. That's why we're here in casual, because this deck is very cool when it works, and it doesn't work all the time. When it works. Also, you can't go against aggro, because by turn 5 you have no health left, because you're probably not going to get cards that are going to help you. So Zoo or aggro, you're in trouble. We drew our King Pharaohs, so we are going to Plot Twist our King Pharaohs back into our deck. We also put our coin in there. We got our coin back, though. So our next turn, we can Twisted Knowledge and draw some cards. We can also coin and draw a card. We can get up the cards we need for turn 4 and hope that we get the Dark Portal. The dream version of this is you get Dark Portal, you play Dark Portal on 4, turn 5 you coin, hit King Pharaohs, and then Shadow Council the rest of the cards in your hand after that, so you have some reload when they inevitably somehow manage to clear your very cool board. Yeah. There's Shadow Council, so that's our backup. We're going to tap. And then we're going to coin. And we're going to Twisted Knowledge. And theoretically, we're going to twist something that we can either play. We don't want to play that. Through 1, check for damage you're taking this turn. I guess we'll play that. And then we got a spell, which we can also use. So hopefully next turn we're just going to draw the card we need. We can also next turn Shadow Council if it feels bad. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we're going to have enough to do it. 3, 6, 8. So we're going to hopefully that we just draw a Dark Portal. I didn't originally have a plot twist in there, but I put it in because what ended up happened. We drew King Pharaohs, and this deck doesn't necessarily work without King Pharaohs. So we did not get that. So we can Shadow Council, and then later use the other Renounced Darkness. We can just play this. I'm going to Shadow Council. So now we're going to draw. Here's the problem. We're going to draw a Dark Portal. But it doesn't matter that we're going to draw a Dark Portal eventually. We can make something cost nothing. Do we have another card? Our only 3 costs are Dormants. We got Queen of Pain. We got our Life Steals. We got a bunch of Queens of Pains. Let's just play a Queen of Pain. I don't know. It's a 3/6 now. We did something. We're not doing great. We got a bunch of lifesteal, which is great if we can actually play them. Got a Frenzied Fellwing, which we can get down pretty easily. Okay. Cool. Trading. Okay. I don't know why you would do that, but if you wanted to trade, that seems pretty cool. We can't play that. We have no rush minions and no rush minions in our deck. We are tapping for Shadow Council to play Shadow Council to get something with rush. Yeah, we're not going to win that. We'll try one more time. That's why we're in casual, because this deck isn't good. It's a meme deck. There may be a good... I made a meme deck for King Pharaohs that I saw online, because I had a King Pharaohs, and I didn't, dust it. I probably should dust it, because King Pharaohs is never going to be a good card, but it is... This is a fun King Pharaohs deck. King Pharaohs, there's probably eventually going to be another way. There'll be a card somewhere in some version of this to tutor it out more easier to tutor it out like I don't know. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Consistently. That's the word I was looking for. There's probably a way to more consistently do this. There might be a better way to get Dark Portal. We got Dark Portal. So now, what we want to make sure we do is we don't want to draw more than we need. So, turn 2, we'll have 5 cards. Turn 3, we'll have 6 cards. We'll have 7 cards. So we do have to draw at some point. The hope is that we will not draw. We did. We're just going to concede. We're just going to concede because it's casual and I do not care. That new Fast and Furious movie showed you don't need a ramp if you can get your car roped across you. Sorry, I missed that, Lord Crescent. You're right. Fast and the Furious does tell us that what I said earlier was inaccurate. So, exactly what I didn't want to happen happened. That's what's nice about that Warlock card. The 2 costs that, discovers 2 Warlock cards. Ropes to the ramps to the sky. I mean, you're saying everything, like I believe you. None of your lying. You all know what's up. So, now normally when you draw Dark Portal, you don't draw anything else. You don't mulligan anything because you just want to not draw King Pharaohs. But here's the deal. We can't have King Pharaohs. So, okay, we got Shadow Council instead. I knew we weren't going to get it, but Okay. So now, we are not going to play any cards because we're going second. We'll have 3, 6, turn 2, 7, turn 3, 8, turn 4, 9. And then turn 5, we can coin King Pharaoh's Shadow Council. So now we just have to hope that on turn 2, 3, and 4, we don't draw King Pharaoh's. And then we can play this game right. We also have to hope that our opponent does not take down our health to a number that we can't get back from. But really, here's the thing. When you play King Pharaoh's on turn 5, you have won. It is a moral victory. We're not taking as much damage, you know, which is great. Obviously, we're going to take some damage here, but another Shadow Council. Great. We get a second shot at Shadow Counseling. So we play this. We get our King Pharaoh's. It costs 5. I can at least show you what the combo is supposed to do. If not, win. I have won with this deck. Here's the weird thing. I've won this deck with Shadow Council and Renounced Darkness. Okay. So, we play the coin first. So that after this... Now, do we have a lot of great... We have some good... We could get some good stuff here. So, obviously chicken, not great. Whenever this attacks a minion, set the defender's attack and health to 3. So, that's great. I mean, it's only good for 2 of those, but we can get rid of that, and we can also get rid of that if we want. Let's Shadow Council. 1/1 is obviously bad. This is a terrible 6-drop. This is a pretty good 2-drop. This is a pretty good 4-drop. We can't play any of this, but now we're going to have some cool cards to play. Ooh, we can get some soul fragments in there and get a little healing going. So first we'll do this. What do you got there? Okay, that's fine. You summoned a 3/3 copy. Please summon a 3/3 copy. That's fine by me.
I have no time for games.
Well, that sucks. I don't have any silences, do I? I don't think I have any silences. What do you get? Okay. That's gotta go. I could just do that. Clear. And then play a Dormant. And then I get Rush when it wakes up. I got Dormant with a Taunt. That's pretty good later. Alright, let's do that. Let's just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's get some soul fragments in our deck. Get a little healing going. So yeah, now we're just like trying to figure it out. We only have 1 card from our King Pharaoh's move on the board. Which isn't great. Of course, that's the enemy destroy. Cool, cool. We got a 3/5 at least, so, you know, not the end of the world. Hey, we got a little health. Cool. Got a little health. We don't want that. We're going to play our 4/8 taunt, and we'll get our rush in there, and then just go to face. Like having that taunt there. Yeah, so this is this deck. Come on. Are you kidding me? 2 turns in a row. This got the best possible outcome. That is unlikely. We're not playing this. We're definitely not playing Void Council. I guess we could give some 1/1s. I guess we'll do that, and we'll do this. We don't want to tap. Yeah, I don't feel bad about that. Yeah. The fact that it got 2 in a row. Okay, that's your dragon? Alright. Guess that's your dragon. Got a dragon, Yug. Alright. This has. Yes! That was great for us. I was really afraid that 1-1 was going to be going. We got a dormant minion to rush there. I would have liked this to have gone. I think that would have been better. But I don't really want Halfine to... Oh, come on!
Time for games.
Come on! That's the real problem with this deck. It's just the combo. It's not a... There's no win condition. You just play that deck. The next thing is, can we get Renounced Darkness? What the hell did this thing just do? Reorder your deck. Reorder your deck from the highest cost to the lowest cost. I didn't know this card existed, y'all. This card is news to me. I had no idea about Lore Keeper. That's a weird card. That's a pretty cool card. I gotta say, that's a pretty cool card. Well, that's also a fucking pretty cool card if we can survive this turn. No, we don't want that. I mean, can we survive? They're going to do 6 damage. Can we survive 3 damage in order to play Gul'dan? Yikes. We're playing Gul'dan. They got 5/5s that will take our stuff, but... I mean, at the very least, we're going to lose here. We only got the one. Yeah, we got 2 of our dormant friends, and only 1 of our taunts here. Or maybe our only... Yeah, we a couple taunts here. So we didn't do good. We got this fool. We got 1 soul fragment left. We got 10 mana. Yeah, we lost, so we'll just concede. But I did want to show you that deck, because it is nonsense. But it's nonsense that I enjoy. Let's try to... Let's do the old standard, the old standby. We're going to do Evolve Invoke. This is a good deck, because the Invoke package, the Galakron package, I should say, the Invoke cards, are just very strong and good. And then when you add into that the fact that I have cool Evolve mechanics that can sometimes really save your bacon and do good work, that's a great combination. I mean, I go Pure Evolve because Pure Evolve is more fun. We don't probably need Devolve yet. We will need Devolve probably. But right now I think I'm going to go there. That's great. Okay, we are going to ramp up our Invokes pretty fast. That feels good. I don't expect this to coin Invocation of Frost. Remember that cost 1? When this expansion came out, this cost 1. It was overpowered. Well, if I freeze your face, that doesn't do anything. And then I'm going to just not have anything to do on turn 2. I don't mind that. I don't mind getting an Evoke in. Especially since we have Dragon Hoof, which means we can pull Galakron out. If we need Galakron, we can get Galakron. That feels pretty good. Because we do have a turn... I mean, we can always... Like, the thing is, our hero power is good. So, let's evolve. Let's invoke when we can evoke. Okay, so we got some discard. We got discard here. This could be a Highlander. This is not Mechathune because you don't play discard cards that discard. You don't use your discard mechanic if you're a Mechathune deck. Unless you're wild, you're crazy, you're out of there. Ooh, 5/6. After your opponent plays a minion, become a copy of this. So this is what you call a bad 4-drop because our opponent could just play something that makes this bad. This is a weird 4-drop. Who would ever play this card? This is a legendary. Who would ever play this legendary? Because now it's a 2/1 that doesn't do what it does. What do they discard? Some Grushes. Okay. It did get our opponent to play that card when it shouldn't have, so that's good. Oh, we got them. Oh, we got them. Oh, I didn't realize that. Y'all, I did not realize it was a copy of it. It wasn't just the card. So now we have Nightshade Matron, which is a 5/5 with Rush, but you drop your highest card, and our highest card is Kronks, which is too good. We can't lose Kronks. So instead, we'll just evoke again. So that next turn we can make big taunts. We'll make big taunts. And then on turn 6, we'll Dragon Hoof. I would really like this to go away. Because this thing is big. I mean, I guess we could get rid of... Well, now we got a 3/8. I don't know how we're going to get a 3/8 out of there. Yeah, we're definitely not in a good spot here. Just do that. We're not in a good spot. Because... I guess it was on me, the fact that I discarded, or mulliganed, I should say, Devolve. Because devolving this would be really great right about now. We're not gonna be able to. But we've got some damage on it. We are not in a good spot here. Oh, cool, we can evolve. And we can only use one of these. We're gonna get... We could... No, there's not... There's no, solution here. This is our only option. Which is not one. Yeah, that wasn't miraculously gonna work. That I should have kept Devolve, but I didn't think that I didn't think that we were gonna play a discount buffing your card Warlock. Alright, let's try to get one more. We'll at least get one more in with that. Like I said, I had Devolve in my hand. I mulligan Devolve. It is on me. That is cool to know that that card copied the Death Rattle. That was kind of cool. I didn't know it would do that. That is actually pretty neat. So, we learned something in that game. We don't want any of these. We want our low cost, either our Evolve package or our Invoke package. We got some Evolve stuff, and we did get Devolve, in case we're playing someone playing the exact same deck. Why is everyone in Wild playing Warlock? At least, it would be great if they're playing that King Pharaoh's Warlock deck. It would be rad. I have to assume they're not. They're probably playing... okay, Sense Demons. Yeah, they're playing a demon... Yeah, some variety of demon thing. We could coin this out. That's not really gonna... Well, we got two of them, so let's not do that here. I'd rather... I don't like having rush minions on the board that don't get to rush. Like, we're going to play it next turn. Yeah, now we can get into that. So... We don't have a good way to pop that without that. We can devolve whatever comes out next, because it may encourage our opponent to play something bigger. So let's just pop that, and actually let's hope that our opponent didn't think we could do it. It doesn't have a big minion to go there. They did. They have the biggest of big minions. Just do that. Okay, so we have to devolve that, or rush into it. We can... I don't have a good way of clearing that. I don't have a good way of clearing it, so I have to... But I can coin Devoted Maniac whatever this becomes and do 4 damage to it. So that's pretty good. If I had Faceless Corruptor, that would probably be better. Because I could do 8 to... If I had a Faceless Corruptor, I could just clear it. Don't have a Faceless Corruptor. So we got to devolve into a 6/8. At the end of your turn, summon 2 3/3 ruffians that attack random enemies. Well, that's not a great 8 drop for us. Yeah, wow, well played indeed. Yeah, you're right. We did a great job. So, put a 2/5 on the board. Make it a 6/6. Great. We're going to pull a 1/1 out when this dies, because we have 1 beast in our deck. So when that dies, we're going to get ourselves a 1/1, and if that lives, we can evolve it. Because Corridor Creeper's... Yeah, wait, Corridor Creeper's not... Oh, Corridor Creeper! We could pull Corridor Creeper! That's a 2/5 instead of a 1/1. What are you going to do? You going to trade it? No, you're going to go face. Cool, you went face! That's an option. Well, we got Desert Hair. So, we're going to pull that. Get rid of that. We got a 2/5. That's pretty good. We're going to do this. And this. Could we have cleared some of this? Probably. This is more fun. I mean, we lose. But that was... You got to admit, folks, that was more fun than using our rush minions and getting rid of that and getting rid of one other one at best. That was way more fun. We still lose. We still lose. We got one more game left in us, folks, because we're losing pretty fast in this round here. Back down to Platinum 8. Let's get back up to Platinum 7. It's very fun to lose with your best deck. Very fun indeed. Okay. Alright, we got our Desert Hair. We keep Desert Hair every time because we can have the turn 4 Dream Play. We got Firefly, that's good. That's our 1-drop that we can play on turn 1 because we have 4 1-drops that we can't play on turn 1. So, getting one of the 2 that we can play on turn 1 is pretty good. 8 spells in your deck. Okay, so it is a race. Ooh, turn 4. Maybe we can do it. Can we build a great board to before our opponent plays this freaking deck of all the decks to be playing right now? I mean, we are playing Evolve, Invoke, but still, of all of the decks to be playing, this is the one you're playing. Alright, we'll build a good little board here. And then we get the turn 4 Dream, quote-unquote. which is great. And then, yeah, hopefully our opponent, we can just, hasn't, dispelling you. Okay. Hopefully our opponent just can't complete their combo. We can just fight him down. All right. So we're going to do this, and then do this, and then play this one like we just drew it, which doesn't really matter, but... All right. Any of these bad that we need to get rid of here? Spell Burst. Return the spell to your hand. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. I think we're going to Spell Burst here. Now, what do we want to build up better? I like that. I like that. I like... let's do this one.
Write that down.
Let's do this one. Hell yeah. Now that's nice. I like that. That's cool. Now I got to show you the Spell Burst mechanic. Quest Mage's pretty boring. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's my feeling. Like, also, like, I bet they didn't add any, maybe they've added some new cards. Maybe they've figured out some new stuff, like, I guess, like, but, I don't know. I got to show off Spell Burst, which is cool because none of my opponents have used Spell Burst, so I got to do something like that. Freezing, huh? You think you're the only one that can freeze? I can also freeze. I can do that. And I am going to hero power because maybe it's the healing totem. It's not the healing totem, but that's okay. I wouldn't mind most of these here. I mean, this is not going to be a good card because our opponent's not going to have a dragon. But oh, hell yeah. I wish I had evolve cards. I very much wish I had one of my evolve cards because this is going to get burnt up. Alright, let's just do that because it's out there. Our opponent has only played 2 out of 8. Our board is very susceptible to the spells our opponent has, like Blizzard. Alright, well, let's just invoke while we can. Get this up to 4. Very good. So now we're going to get 2 4/4s with Rush. And we're 1 away from completing all of that, which is very good. I like doing this on turn 9 anyway. I like playing Galakron on turn 9 because then you also get the hero power. It would be... Okay, well, now you got some spells you haven't played that didn't start in your deck. I would love the other Evolve right now, so I could put this, play this, the other Evolve. Also, Unstable Evolution would be great because we have a 7-drop and a 6-drop that are kind of weak cards. So it would be nice to bump those up. Especially since you're gonna freeze some stuff. We'll go here. Oh, thank you, Mr. Whitney, for following. I appreciate that. I am by trade, but in generalities anyway. I think we're just gonna do it because we need to do something. A model kit builder. I do Gunpla and Lego. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a Lego stream, so you can come. And not Lego. Sorry, I'm not doing a Lego stream. I apologize. I am doing a master grade, beautiful master grade kit tomorrow. But yeah, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday every week, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. Model kit building. Wednesday night streams are bonus streams where I do something else. It is often Hearthstone or Twitch Sings or various other stuff. I used to do a bunch of Quiplash, and when the new Quiplash comes out, I'll still do it, but we never really built up enough crowd for not Quip. I said Quiplash. Quiplash is the one we play a lot of. I'm at Jackbox Games. We often play Jackbox Games, but well, next expansion or release, my words are not coming out properly. The next release of the next Jackbox Party Pack, I will definitely buy and then definitely play on stream. And I'll try to build it up and get some people excited to come watch it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. At least that's the only spell you played. What are we at? What are you at right now? 5 out of 8. Don't love that. Let's get some friends. I don't really mind spell damage +1, but I don't like that. So since I have 2 devolves, words no good. Yeah, since I have 2 devolves, here you go. Now you can get a 1/1 and get another 1/1. I didn't like it. Spell damage. Spell damage at this point, whatever. He's got big spells. But I don't want him to get armor because he's at 19 right now, and that's the only thing we really have going for us. Oof, evocation. Evocation, not your... So that probably means that our opponent still has their own evocation. Because that... Oof. Oh, God, it had to be a secret. I mean, there was going to be at least one, right? Our opponent was going to have at least one secret to play. That's not surprising. Trying to make the most out of your mana. Mana efficient. You got an evocation off her evocation. That is frustrating. And, of course, yeah, Frost Nova. I don't even care if it's Shaman. Some class should have a Thaw card. There should be a card that thaws your board. Is that cheating? I don't know. Sure it is. But... there should be a Thaw card. I mean, you could... There are cards that silence. You have silence. You could silence your own minions. And that way you're not frozen, but you lose your buffs. And your taunts and your divine shields. So, I guess that is a trade-off. So there is that. Oh, God. Fargoth, get out of here. What spell do you have that you're going to have 2 of? Oh, okay, you're just going to play 8/8s here. Are you... Okay. Your spell is that spell. I mean, I'm glad I have taunts. I think there's one card that can't be frozen. Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, there's a card that you can't freeze. Yeah, that doesn't... Okay, well, we have 35 health, and we have taunts in the way. So that's good. We're not going to take, as much as we could. You gotta hit that taunt, buddy. Now you can hit my face for 8, and you do get 1 more. Okay, okay. Alright, that sucks. Yeah. I mean, we're probably dead here, but we're going to let it play out. Cool, okay. Yeah. I don't feel terrible about that. Our opponent is playing a boring deck, so they won with their boring deck. Good on them. I mean, you got that quest card. You might as well play that quest card. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up there. But this isn't the end of your night, even if it is the end of my night. Because maybe you're going to go and you want to see somebody else do some cool stuff out there on the internet. So what are we going to do? We're going to raid. That's right. We're going to go raid somebody, and you can go keep the night going on. Occasionally, I send some people on a raid, and it's somebody who is basically done with streaming for the night, and I always feel bad about that. But I try to find somebody that is doing something, and they're consistently doing something. They're going to do it for a while. So we're going to go and find somebody on a Wednesday night here that we can go and raid, who's going to, have a good time. Well, Dan Reichert's playing Donkey Kong Country, so we're gonna go raid. Gonna go raid Dan, because that's a silly thing that we could go do. Because Dan is raiding Donkey Kong Country. There's an ad playing because I'm not subscribed to Dan, but we are going to go raid Dan because that'll just be fun. That'll be some fun nonsense. So let's go raid Dan. You can come along here for Dan playing Donkey Kong Country because that seems like a silly, fun thing you can do. You don't have to, but feel free to come along on this raid. If not, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be back building a model kit. It's the NT1 version 2. It's a very cool kit. Come check it out. I hope you will. If not, thank you so much for watching this stream. And I hope you can come back on Saturday or just see me in the future. But thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Let's rate. Bye-bye.